I could go on about how Benidorm's the most popular holiday resort for Brits. The 300 days of brilliant sunshine every year, the nightlife, the beach life, the wildlife, the fast life, and the high life. But don't listen to me, listen to your wallet. Oh, and this lot.
Benidorm's really good value for money.
If you're on a budget and you want to live a life in the sunshine, it's fantastic.
It's not going to cost you a fortune, it's not going to break the bank. 2 hours away on a plane, what more do you want?
It's good fun, it's Benidorm, good value.
You definitely get a lot for your money out here, yeah.
And that's why there will always be
bargain-loving Brits in the sun.
From Yorkshire.
Coming up.
She's back in town.
Dusty Crag is back with a new life, but it's not all it's quacked up to be.
See, he hates me. He hates me.
It's a match-time clash for bar-owning couple Kath and Pete.
I would love Celtic to win.
If Celtic get beat, I'm laughing.
And a boys' fishing competition.
Happy days, our kid.
Ends in a dip. Benidorm is a full-on, fast-paced, 24-hour party town. But not everything is a high-octane Costa carry-on. Some prefer a more leisurely pursuit. It's 6:30 in the morning, and at Villamar campsite, 4 of the residents are shipping out.
There's a group of lads off here who go every week carp fishing to get out of the way of the wives.
Heard that?
Oh, and she's heard that.
Probably best to make a move. Michael Bray and his mates Ken, Jim and Arthur have paid €15 each for a day ticket to fish at a lake 12 kilometres inland from Benidorm, but a million miles from the hustle and bustle of the town.
He's got very long pockets and short arms. Never buys around.
Jealousy is a terrible thing, you know that.
But despite the tranquil setting, there's a serious competition at stake. Fishing in teams of 2, the ones who catch the least fish will be buying the drinks at the bar later, and Michael's in a confident mood.
Them 2 over there will be buying us drink.
Time to get down to business. And it's a dirty business.
This is ground bait to try and attract the carp in. Throw all this in, hopefully, to bring in the big shoals of carp.
The competition gets underway. Fingers crossed the fishing will be trout of this world today.
Yeah, fishy. Yeah, fishy.
If fishing doesn't catch your attention or float your boat, how about another quintessentially British pastime, lawn bowls?
When you arrive in Spain, the first thing you need to do is find a good bowling club, and then you find a house.
The Finca Guila Bowling Club in Benidorm is, for many expats, the centre of their universe.
You can't beat this, can you? It's exercise, competition, you make very, very good friends, and there's also lots of social spin-offs.
There's a fee to join the club and a charge to play, but neither are going to break the bank.
If you join the club, it costs you €30 for a season. And the cost of playing bowls is about €5 per week.
So, cheap as chips, and a big hit with the Brits.
Meeting people, exercise, fresh air, gets you up in the morning.
And to come down here on a daily basis is an absolute pleasure.
But although it's a tranquil pastime, the British bowlers aren't immune to serious injury.
6 weeks ago, Ken fell in the garden and impaled himself on a kumquat tree.
Viewers take note. Kumquat trees aren't very cuddly. Anyway, moving on. Another traditional pastime that's popular with the expats involves balls, not bowls. Bar owner Paul Foley is on his way to the local Vietana Golf Club, where prices are particularly reasonable.
It works out at about €18 a round if you're actually a member, which isn't bad. And if you're playing a couple of times a week, it works out even less than that, so it's pretty good value.
Time to swing into action.
Straight down the middle, take that for the first shot of the day. With a bit of little my second shot, I should be able to get on the green.
Rory McIlroy eats your heart out.
Less than a metre, so well chuffed.
Ooh, nicely done, Paul, and nice to see none of that fist-bumping nonsense that golfers do. Oh dear. That's not the only good drive on the course today. Why use 2 legs to get around when there are 4 wheels at your disposal?
Hop today.
It's not the highest standard of golf in the world.
Part of golf, looking for golf balls.
no one seems to care, especially our Paul.
Just one of them days where everything's gone for me today. I enjoy my golf. It's just a relaxing time for me.
Even the losers have had a ball, even if they've lost a ball or two along the way.
I've really enjoyed my day, whether I play bad or good. We're out in the sunshine, and every day's a bonus.
As one round ends, back in Benidorm, another round is just beginning.
3 pints.
I'll take a pint of that.
4 pints.
You want a pint to eat?
I take it.
Yeah, 5 pints. It's Benidorm for you.
It's the start of another shift for former Grenadier Guardsman turned female impersonator James Gibson, a.k.a. Miss Dusty Kratz.
Smile in action.
James and his partner David have been living in Benidorm for the last 6 years, together with a menagerie of animals.
And to be honest, he's the messiest out of the lot.
James is currently working full-time in a bar overlooking the seafront, serving up cold pints and full Englishes, with a touch of glam on the side.
You look fabulous, darling, fabulous. It's a great place to work. The owners are lovely, and the staff here are lovely. You know, we're like a big family.
David's also working full-time as a chef in another bar in the Old Town.
We're like ships in the night, really. We don't see that much of each other.
But there's a reason they're both putting in the hours. Because they're following their dreams and grabbing life by the horns, quite literally, because they've only gone and rented a working farm.
It is a long way from the caravan, but it was our dream, our goal, to get a plot of land and basically become self-sufficient. All the animals we have, they're all rescue animals.
We've got 7 dogs, 7 pigs, a goat.
She's very shy. She doesn't like people because they mistreated her, you see.
A Shetland pony, a pony.
You can see his ribs coming through his skin when we first got him. He's put on a lot of weight now.
Donkey.
And the donkey was living in a cellar.
6 turkey chicks, 12 chickens, a rooster, and Donald.
And Donald, the devil duck.
The devil duck, yes.
See, he hates me, he hates me. It's not fair. That's been that close to being in the oven so many times.
Don't worry, Donald, he's only joking. All of the rescue animals will be looked after.
They're going to live out their life happy and fat.
But their babies might not have such a rosy future. The plan is to breed all of the animals currently on the farm and make money from their offspring. However, for 2 complete farming novices, it's going to be a pretty steep learning curve.
A lot is at stake to make the farm work, but it has to work because this is our retirement. We don't get a pension over here, and I'm not working when I'm 90.
Benidorm is the land of plenty, especially when it comes to food and drink.
Full English breakfast every day, chips every day, pizza all the time.
The food in Benidorm is amazing. I'm a big foodie and I like my food, and it's great nice.
We've had about 5 fry-ups here because it's so cheap.
Literally, the pizzas are about that big. Just 1 slice of pizza for €1.
But with all the temptations that Benidorm has to offer, the old expanding waistline is a common cause of Costa consternation. However, one group of expats is fighting back.
Hallelujah!
At Camping Le Monte campsite, the residents are being put through their paces by 33-year-old fitness instructor Anthony.
Fast enough for ya?
7 years ago, Ant said adios to some troubled years in Skelmersdale near Liverpool and hola to a very different life in Spain.
I had a quite checkered past, really. I had a lot of involvement with drugs, with alcohol, with antidepressants, with different medications, as well as depression. And I'm so lucky that I stumbled into a completely different life that I ever envisaged.
Ant managed to clean up his act in Spain and started down a new path as a fitness coach, energising the expats with his Fat Fighters fitness classes.
I've got quite a large client base now, and that's my antidepressant. I probably exercise 10 or 12 times a week, and it's the best drug in the world. It's fantastic for you.
Have a nice day, everybody!
The fitness classes are popular, but they're not enough to cover the rent every month.
Morning!
So Ant's making a splash with aqua aerobics sessions too. But that's still not enough for our Ant. He's got another iron in the fire.
Hello!
Well, another iron on the ironing board, to be exact.
I was brought up where there's muck, there's brass, so this year I've started another company called the Steaming Sheelers, and it's a cleaning and ironing company. We charge different prices, so on a 2-bedroom house, it's €20. On a 3-bedroom house, it's 25.
And Steaming Sheelers isn't Ant's only new business idea. He's come up with yet another way to earn a few euros. A coach trip to the stunning Algar waterfalls, 10 miles outside of Benidorm. And today's the day of the trip.
Elaine's here, Janet's here, Brian's here.
At the campsite reception, Anthony's rounding up his punters.
I'm really looking forward to today. I've never been to Algar.
Psst, Anthony, you've left your rollers in.
It's nice to go somewhere different, really.
There are 30 passengers booked on, paying €15 a pop.
There's no point doing it if you're not going to make money. You know, no one's out to make mega bucks, but we certainly want to make some money.
Time to hit the road.
Come on then, everyone, let's go. You ready? Good afternoon, campers. Heidi hi. Heidi hi. And a big, big welcome to you all to our bargain coach trips, day out today. We hope to get to Algar in about just over an hour.
The expat excursion will also include a buffet lunch and a trip up to the famous Benidorm landmark, the Cross. Most tour guides try to do a recce of the places they're going to, but Ant's winging it on this trip. What could possibly go wrong? At the lake, 15 minutes inland from Benidorm, the fishing competition is underway. Expats Michael Bray and his fishing partner Arthur are paired up against Ken and Jim, aka Donald Trump. I've no idea why. And the carp aren't the only things that could be biting today.
Arthur caught a big turtle the size of a dinner plate last week here. There's loads of turtles in here, loads. Very aggressive as well.
Terrifying turtles are one thing, but it's the fish the chaps have come for, and it doesn't take long before the first one is on the line. There's a catch and return policy on the lake, so all fish go back in safe and sound.
Team Arthur, 1-0 up.
The days only young. Yeah, days are young, yes.
And there's a new team in town. Villamar Entertainment boss Graham Happy Days Boland and his mate Jack from Wigan have just rocked up.
We just thought we'd give them half an hour start. They've threw all the bites in, so we're going to come in now and take over and beat them. We'll beat these, not a problem, all day long.
So 3 teams of 2, and you're about to see a perfect lesson in how not to catch a fish.
Oh, I've just missed one. Hey, you're in again.
Oh, lovely. It's off.
Oh, off
again.
Hang on.
I get that quick. Yes, I get that. Lost it as well.
Oh, no, we have lost it again.
Flipping heck bells.
Oh, you beauty. Happy days. Oh, you.
Happy days.
Michael was in the building trade for 30 years back home before becoming a landlord in Lincoln.
Brilliant. When the building trade went into recession, I went into the pub trade. Still have a pub in back home. My son and daughter-in-law run it. That's a hard job running a pub. Time-consuming.
Within minutes of setting up, Graham strikes gold.
He's got one over there. Team Happy Days.
Well done, Graham.
Happy days, our kid.
And just a minute later, he's in again.
Look at that, little beauty. How many's that now? 2?
Gonna be this 10 minutes away through.
Happy days.
And I've not even managed one yet. It's my daddy what's showing me how to do it.
I think he's actually just catching the same one. He's letting it swim out and then pulling it back in.
For Graham, it's a chance to chill and get away from the demands of Villamar.
Plenty of fishing now. The weather's absolutely out of this world. You're just totally relaxed. You can't beat it.
So far, Michael's drawn a blank, and he's not happy.
You've got to win. It's no good coming second in anything.
But after a bit of a wait, he finally gets a fish on the line.
Is it a good one, Mick?
Oh, yes. Now then, this is what we're talking about. That there is a quality fish. Look at that.
There we go. There we go.
What? Oh, Donald Trump's got one.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the lad's back. Look at the size of that. Hey, that's the biggest one yet. Oh, yes.
That's just a starter. Now we'll see.
With all three teams catching, it's anyone's guess who will be buying the beers in the bar later. James Gibson and his partner David are following their dreams and renting a working farm. They're trying to become 100% self-sufficient, but at the moment, they're both having to work full-time in bars just to pay the bills.
A good €1,000 a month at the moment goes on the farm. Well, just feeding the animals and doing all the pens. We have no savings. Everything has gone into the farm, hence why we both work full-time, long hours.
And the financial pressures from the farm mean that James's alter ego, Miss Dusty Crack, still appears from time to time.
She's back in town.
I don't know whether I'm the only drag queen farmer in Benidorm.
Oh, matron, do that again.
I'm trying now at the moment just to do my shows out of Benidorm. The money's a lot better, so I only have to sort of more or less do one, maybe two a month, so we can concentrate on the farm and both work in the bars.
But working in a place that serves food has its advantages.
What's wrong with that piece of toast? Well, this will all go in for my pigs. This is the leftovers for the pigs. Certainly helps fatten them up. And David's bringing all the scraps back from where he works, so all the potato peelings, all the carrot peelings, so that all helps. Every little bit like this saves us pennies.
And when it's feeding time on the farm, those scraps really come in handy.
This is just like porridge, like your mummy used to make.
Well, I don't remember mine looking like that.
The pigs seem to love it. It looks vile.
Yeah.
They get a good diet. Vegetables, peelings. They've got a better, healthier diet than half the people in Benidorm. Come on. You couldn't really do this in heels, could you?
What does a donkey sound like when his breakfast is served?
Come on. Yes, yeah. At the moment, we are working every hour we can get, really, to make the farm work, because in the long run, it's going to be our bread and butter for our retirement. So that's the plan. That's the plan.
But retirement plans need a bit of investment before they materialise. So today, James and David have come to a local pet store to buy a couple of rabbits.
Perfect.
To start breeding.
Yeah. OK, yeah, well, we'll take those.
Put in the box for you?
Yes, please, yeah.
Yes, please.
The plan is to breed them, and their young...
The offspring.
The offspring will be sold as meat and go in our freezer as well. Rabbit stew.
Don't tell them that. They're not going to be part of it.
They've got lovely coats, make a lovely duvet. €13 these rabbits cost in total, so a bargain. And I love a bargain.
With thousands of bars to choose from in Benidorm, it pays to stand out from the crowd. From eye-catching dancers, bucking broncos, live music acts, even sprays of cooling mist. Offering something different can be the key to staying afloat. At the Gallowgate Bar on the edge of town, owner Pete is banking on inches to bring in the customers. 128 inches to be precise, the size of his brand new terrace TV.
They're putting a new TV up, right? 14 grand it's costing, right? And it's killing me. 14 grand to watch Coronation Street. Jesus Christ, that's big. Yeah, I just hope the remote's not the same size.
Pete and his wife Kath quit their jobs as Glasgow taxi drivers 11 years ago, came to Spain and 6 months later opened the bar.
This bar came up, and we've been here ever since. 10 years down the line, still here.
And not content with a busy boozer, 3 months ago, Pete and Kath took a gamble and opened up a new business right next door. And it's a landmark launch.
We're the first British-owned bookies in the whole of Spain, not just Benidorm, in the whole of Spain.
Right, it's taken us about 7 years to get everything sorted out.
It's extremely complicated to get a licence. It's just the obstacles in your way just to get a wee bookies here is crazy.
But the gamble's paid off as the punters are piling in.
I'm not a big better. €3-4 at a time.
I like a bet, I like a drink. Can't drink too much while I'm driving, though, you know, as you do.
And today could be one of the busiest days of the year so far, because the new TV's up and running on the terrace. And this evening, Pete's beloved Celtic are taking on French giants Paris Saint-Germain.
Champions League, Celtic are going to destroy PSG and everybody thinks I'm mad. I think we'll beat them.
Kath's having a busy shift at the bookies, and unsurprisingly, for a Glaswegian-run bar, all the Euros are going on one team.
When do you spot £5 on Celtic?
You guys stick a 5 on, stick a 10 on Celtic.
But the long odds mean a Celtic win could hammer the business.
If Celtic win tonight, we will lose a fortune, a lot of money.
Celtic are 12 to 1. If you got a tenner on it, you get 120 back. So if a guy's put £1,000 on in there, when I'm bankrupt, you know that.
Thankfully, everyone's betting responsibly today. But even though most wagers are just for a few euros, Pete still stands to lose a fortune if his team wins. But even so, he's still rooting for them.
When Celtic are playing businesses out the window, I would love Celtic to win. If I lose quite a lot of money in there, the wife will be disappointed, right? I won't be. Right, I just won't.
For Peter, Celtic's got to win, and he doesn't care if he's got to pay it, where I do.
So Kath's hoping to see some fancy French footwork on the pitch this evening.
If Celtic get beat, I'm laughing.
The bar's filling up for the game, but it could be a very expensive 90 minutes for Pete and Kath. The rookie ranchers are about to face their biggest challenge yet, because 2 of their pigs are not only pregnant, they're close to popping, and their offspring could become real-life 4-legged piggy banks.
Take about 8 months to fatten them up to the level we want them at. And then if you get them slaughtered, but then the carcass come back and you process it into sausages and hams and meats yourself, you can make roughly about €1,000 per piglet. So yeah, it's a good income.
But there's a problem. Piggy passion. These randy boars won't leave the ladies alone, so some swine separation is called for.
Just moving the pigs to keep the sows away from the boars, just to help protect them.
And hopefully they'll settle down and be more relaxed for giving birth. So that's the plan.
See.
Time to see how these 2 shape up as preggy pig rounder-uppers.
I'm not looking forward to this at all. Let's try one at a time. Told you I was going to go in there. Calm down, calm down.
The pacey porkers are a mix of wild boar and pot-bellied pig, and they can certainly shift. James is making a bit of a pig's ear of this. It's all a far cry from his life as a female impersonator.
The amount of people that say, oh, do you go around the farm in your heels and your wig? I was like, no. Have you seen my pigs?
I have seen your pigs, James, and at the moment they appear to be giving you the runaround.
Right, 1 out. Go on. Right, leave her out. She's going to be a bit more difficult, I think. Right, open the gate.
The technique certainly isn't much to snout about. But eventually, the fledgling farmhands get the job done.
Pigs secured, but the girls seem to be happy here. It's away from the men. Yeah, their tails are wagging. Now they can just chill out and have their babies in peace. All in all, I think it's a good job done.
Just because you're booked in Benidorm, it doesn't mean you have to stay there all the time. Venture just a couple of miles along the coast or inland and you'll see a very different side to Spain. And best of all, it won't cost you a fortune to do it.
When you go outside Benidorm, it's really, really lovely.
I like to go exploring. What it looks is very, very nice. And it's so reasonable, you know, so travel is not expensive, not like at home.
There's places like Albier, Altea, Alfaz.
We've been on boat to Ireland. We've pretty much done everything.
If you want a calming day, then you head off to somewhere like Altea.
£1.50 on the bus.
You can go as far as you want on the bus. England, you can't.
And this bus is heading to the stunning Algar waterfalls, 10 miles outside of Benidorm. Fitness instructor Ant Pate has come up with an idea to help bring in a few extra quid. A €15 campsite coach trip.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're nearly there.
But when they arrive at the falls, there's a problem. The coach heads up the hill to the main entrance, and 2 minutes later, it's back again.
We tried to get all the way up the hill though, and the bus wouldn't do it, so we've got off here. So we'll just get them in now, get them cooled off in a little swim, and they can take it from there.
Well, it sounds lovely, Ant. Apart from the massively steep set of steps that everyone now has to negotiate before they get anywhere near water. A recce might have been helpful, Ant. I'm just saying.
Come on, Evie, I haven't done my hair for nothing.
It's a bit of a schlep, but it's worth it.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
The falls cost just €4 to enter, which is a pretty cheap away day attraction in anyone's book. Time to take the plunge.
3, 2, 1, go! Hang on.
Yeah, being in it's brilliant. I did it. Exhilarating.
Oh,
really
it's
nice
beautiful.
and fresh.
Yeah. It was freezing.
Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, and despite the unplanned hill climb, it looks like Ant's pulled it off.
We all appreciate Ant so much. He puts his time, his life, into everything. So life would be very dull if we didn't have Ant.
Ant's persuaded expats Maria and Jenny to take a leap of faith.
I'm okay. No. I can't believe I'm doing it.
It's important to get the girls to do things like this because it scares them.
3, 2,
It's the most awake I've felt in years, you know, like I love a bit of adrenaline, but I think Maria saw her life flashed in front of her eyes.
Bien! Bien, bien, bien. Sorry. Sorry. My age too.
Brava! Get it!
The first leg of the trip has been a hit with the ladies, and Anthony's feeling chipper.
I think everyone's having a lovely day. I think they're really, really enjoying it. You look like that scene of Free Willy where they can't get over the net.
Over at the lake, the fishing competition is hotting up. The pair that lands the most fish gets a free night in the bar, and Michael and Arthur are surging ahead.
Come on, Arthur, get that in the net, mate. So that's 3 good carp in 5 minutes. If it stays like this, these menials will have to buy me and my friend the beer.
I'm very annoyed with them. I think they've got some secret formula on the hooks.
We went 2-1 up, and now it's 5-2-1, I think it is. We'll get back. We'll get back.
Graham's got a surprising secret weapon, considering it's over 30 degrees.
You've got to make sure you've got a good flask of tea. Oh, look at that. That's the most important thing in the fishing. As long as you've got a flask of tea, you're happy days. Tell you what, that's the best cup of tea ever, you know.
It's all to play for. Still a fair amount of time yet. Oh, yes.
Got one again.
Oh, this is a cracking fish. Fish of the day. Way.
Finally, Wiggoner Jack lands a fish. Hey!
Say hello to the camera. Hello. Go back. Thank goodness I brought me duck.
The lake is just a 10-minute drive outside Benidorm, but it's expat paradise.
I love the place. It's amazing. I mean, I love Benidorm, you know, but when you're 10 minutes away, see this place could be in another country altogether.
It's a stunning setting, but there is a price to pay, because fishing is one of the few things that's more expensive to do in Spain than in the UK.
In England, let's say you pay £50 to be a member of a fishing club. That's it. You don't pay ever again until it's renewal. Here, you be a member, which costs you €60, and then they charge you €15 a day to fish.
But at least there are fish, and they're biting.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Arthur.
That's all I've heard all morning off them.
It's just like taking candy off babies, isn't it?
How many now?
13. Oh, yes.
14.
14.
It's one of them days.
Right, go on, we've got it.
Yeah, we've got it.
Oh, here we go. We're on again.
Happy days, our kid. Happy days. Look at the size of that. It must be the biggest one today, that. It's a monster.
Get in there. There we go.
The heat must be getting to Arthur because he suddenly decides to take a dip.
Arthur! Oh, mate. Unbelievable.
Did you have your wallet on you?
Yeah.
Did you know it's a serious offence in Spain for laundering money?
Steady on, Graham. I'm the comedian round here.
That'll dry out, you'll be happy, Dad.
At 2 o'clock, the fishermen friends decide to call it a day. And for Michael and Arthur, it's been a day to remember.
Been a pleasure losing to you.
Losers! The final score was 25 to me and Arthur, 6 to the lads on the right and 6 to the lads on the left.
I've had a tremendous day, apart from being defeated.
Fair result. They were lucky, that's all.
We don't mind, do we?
No hard feelings whatsoever.
No. It's been a good day, Al. Been a good day.
Champions of Benidorm.
Back at the campsite bar, happy hour starts at 5 p.m.
Good afternoon. You listen to Fresh Radio here with Happy Days Graham until 8 o'clock this evening.
Graham is doing his drive time radio show, but he hasn't forgotten the fishy wager.
Has Happy Days left some money for us behind the bar?
Yeah.
Cost of a round of beers?
$6.80.
Cheap as cod and chips. Oh, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
At the Gallowgate bar, run by Glaswegians Pete and Kath, the Celtic Paris Saint-Germain game is pulling in the punters.
When the football season starts, it's business. You just need to look at that terrace, and it doesn't start now yet for 45 minutes.
And lots of the boozers are popping next door to have a punt in the couple's bookies business too.
The missus is wanting to gamble on Celtic tonight, 2-1. Oh, it's just €5. I'll be back in tomorrow for the winnings.
Yeah, right.
Kath will be paying it out.
No, she won't. Kath's gone on a cruise. You get nothing.
We've got a tenner win in Celtic, 12-1. I'll probably get us another 100 bottles of beer.
There's a huge amount riding on the match for Pete and Kath, because if Celtic do win, they'll be paying out big bucks.
It's a lot of money. It goes into thousands upon thousands. Yes.
I put €5 on at 33-1. And if Celtic win that, 2-1, I'll be going home with €170, and I'll be absolutely delighted.
5 minutes before kick-off, and the bar is rammed.
Nights like this are fantastic for the bar. But if they get beat and they all leave, then it's not so good. If they win or even draw, which gives them a bit of enthusiasm, they'll stay and drink, and that's good for us. That's business.
The adrenaline's running through the veins now, I'll tell you how.
Nervous, stomach's going to come out my mouth.
Feeling lucky. Very lucky.
We are going to win tonight. At least 3-0.
It's about to kick off.
Cheers, Celtic!
Celtic fanatic Pete is prepared to terrify his terrace drinkers.
Celtic score, I'll run up and down here naked. Right, remember we heard that.
For everyone's sake, let's hope it's 0-0. But just 15 minutes in, and the ball's at the back of the net.
Oh no, I've just scored. Offside. Oh yes!
The lucky break doesn't last long.
PSG have just scored.
It's bad news for Pete, but good news for their bookie business.
Oh, that's all right for me. I'm all right with that. I'm actually good with that. But Peter's not.
And it quickly becomes a night to forget for Pete.
We're getting beat 2-0. Oh, it's a penalty. We're getting beat 3-0.
We're getting a football lesson.
What can we say? Don't think we'll come back, but I'm going to have a wee whisky anyway.
The final whistle goes, and Celtic have had a 5-0 thumping.
I think it's all over. It is now. Oh, Betsa. There'll be 100 bottles of beer the night.
Pete's fuming, and Kath's cream crackered.
That's it. I'm closing up for tonight and try and take my husband home.
You want to make babies again? Suck it up.
But at least both the bar and the bookies have taken a tidy sum tonight.
I know you're upset about Celtic getting beat, but at the end of the day, we run a business, and the business has won.
The customers might be out of pocket, but they don't seem to mind.
Who cares about the bet? Who cares about the money? But I'll tell you what, I've had a really good night.
And you're not the only one.
It's been a great day, a brilliant night, and I've made money.
Across town, there's been an exciting development down at the farm. If you listen closely, you might just hear the pitter-patter of tiny trotters.
Went down to go to work this morning, and there's these 5 little things, and it was like amazing. I must admit, I had a tear in my eye. It's exciting, and we're really, really chuffed.
The new additions might be cute, but they're also collateral. They'll be fattened up before being sent for slaughter.
They'll go on a little holiday, and that's all I want to know about it. But until they do go for meat, they will have a lovely life. I know it sounds really bad and it's sad because they are going for meat. And unfortunately, that's life. Our local butcher can't wait to get hold of the meat. It's basically €1,000 profit we make on each piglet. So it is hard work, but the payout at the end, hopefully, fingers crossed, will all be worthwhile.
This could be the start of a piggy pension fund for James and David.
You ready, everyone? Oogie, oogie, oogie!
It's phase 2 of the €15 coach trip. Next stop, a trip up to the famous Benidorm landmark, The Cross. But first, a pit stop to refuel. That's the passengers, not the coach.
Salud! Salud!
Everyone's fed and watered and spirits are high.
We've had a wonderful day, but I think it's been the company, the atmosphere.
Hi everyone, I want to introduce you all to Vicky. Vicky's very kindly put the food on for you today, so can we just say thanks to Vicky and her staff for that?
Thanks for coming.
I think today has gone absolutely phenomenal. It's nice to see different parts of the country you live in. Lovely place.
But it seems there's something these day trippers aren't going to see.
OK, everyone, can I have your attention? I've just been up halfway to the cross with the coach driver. Now, unfortunately, I was accosted by the police. Bus had gone too far up the hill for it to turn around, so we had to reverse and down the hill like this. So what I've decided, if it's OK for you, would you like to stay here for a little bit longer and have a drink, then we go home? Yeah. That sound like a plan? Yeah. Have you all had a nice day, though? Yeah. Would you come again?
Yeah. Despite the plan going to pot, did I mention the lack of a recce at all? No one seems to care one little bit.
The whole day was absolutely brilliant. It was fantastic, a great day. Done things that we've never done before. The best thing about today was being with friends.
And the wine.
Yeah. Cheers. I've been in Benidorm, I love Benidorm.
Well, whatever Ant does, it's usually good fun on the day.
So although we couldn't get up to the cross today, I think it's been a resounding success. I'm absolutely made up. And if we get a chance to do something that's A, inexpensive and B, enjoyable, it doesn't always have to be about what it's cost you. Sometimes it's about what it's given you. You can't bottle this. Everyone being together and doing something that's really nice, and I honestly don't think I've ever been happier, and I'm so thankful for that. I really, really am.
Crikey, if they'd made it up to the cross, I think we'd have seen some tears. It's been 3 months since we last met James and David, and life on the farm is busier than ever. There are several new additions, and the shop-bought rabbits have been breeding like, well, rabbits. But today, they're one fewer in number.
Well, today I'm going to do my version of a rabbit stew.
James is prepping dinner, and all of the main ingredients have been home-produced, even the ingredient with 4 legs and fur.
Well, we've got some stuff from the garden, peppers, cabbage, some carrots, and one of our rabbits, unfortunately. But that's what they're here for. It's a farm, and I didn't fancy chicken.
James is from the Use Everything, Waste Nothing school of cookery.
I'm using the head because the eyes will thicken the stew, and the brain will also thicken the stew.
Ooh, sounds delish. Oof.
Kidneys, which are also going in. And here I've left the liver, which I'm going to also slice up.
Tell you what, I'm not that hungry.
When you're cooking, I suppose, on a budget or using an animal that you've reared, we try to use every bit of the animal.
Joining James and David for dinner is local friend and expat Sue, who lives just down the road.
This is the first meal I will have eaten from ingredients from the farm. Never eaten rabbit before. This is the first time. I'm excited. I'll try anything.
Well, Sue, now's your chance, because it's time to chow down on a home-sourced and 100% organic dinner.
Lovely. James, I think this is beautiful. To say I've never had rabbit before.
Very, very, very good, James. So much meat on a rabbit, people don't think there is.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling to think that the stuff that was in that meal came from this land. I felt quite chuffed about that, you know. I did that. I grew that.
Farming life has been a baptism of fire, but James and David are certain they've made the right decision to follow their dream.
I think we've made a positive start. This year is a sort of a learning curve for us both. We've sort of given ourselves a 5-year plan, and hopefully by the time the 5 years is up, we should be self-sufficient.
That was beautiful, James, thank you. What's for pudding?
An apple. Or another bottle of wine. It's been an amazing journey. Paradise is what you make it, and this is ours. Cheers.
Cheers.